Okay, so I've got all my pieces cut out here. This is my card base. And then for the, I'm just gonna use what I used to cut to help me figure out where everything's gonna go so I get things put down in the correct place. So if I do that, this is the little wheel. I can poke the little shamrock out of the wheel. And then this is gonna go here. And then the other one, I can poke this out. And this one can go there. So now that kind of gives me an idea of how everything looks. All of the shamrocks here are going to fit in the bed of the truck, like so. And I just want to make sure I have enough space. So I can go ahead now and use this here to kind of hold it in place while I go ahead, and I'm going to use the masking tape to hold this in place, kind of where I want it. And that should be enough just to kind of hold it in place. So now we're going to add some glue. This one will go right here. We'll add some glue on here, and we'll get them glued down. Okay, and I'm just going to use this little guide that's here to help me get everything spaced, because there are those fine little gaps around each piece. So I'm just going to use this negative piece to help me lay that out. So then I've got this little one here that's going to sit right in there. Put some glue on here. I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of glue. We've got this one that's going to fit here. And then on the back, I've got this fender flare. I've got the bed of the truck piece here. Just making sure they're all going to fit correctly. Just a little bit of glue on there. And I've got this last little strip of the top. This is kind of supposed to represent the depth in the bed of the truck. Okay, now that I've got those in place, I'm going to go ahead and remove my little cutout piece that I'm using as a stencil. So I'm just carefully removing that tape. And then I should be able to just easily pick this up, and all of my pieces should stay in place. We may have to put a little more glue around some areas. But now you can see we've got those nice lines there to hold everything, so you've got the nice little see-through lines. And then there's a couple little spots here that didn't punch out, like the tail light And then the headlight piece is here. So I'm just gonna use my little tool here to push those pieces out. Again, I can use my little cutout piece to find where that's gonna go. And then just throw a little dab of glue in there. And put this in place. Okay, so we've got the little tail piece done, and now we've just got these little headlight pieces. These are very, very small. So what I like to do with these is go ahead and set basically my stencil back in place here for those pieces, and I'm just gonna squeeze a little bit of glue in these holes, and that should leave, if I just do a tiny little bit of glue, it should only get kind of down in that crevice. And then I can go ahead and lift my stencil. I've got glue in just the right places, and then I can use my little, you know what, let's use my little quick stick piece to kind of pick this up and set it where it belongs. Get them to stick into place. So these are very tiny pieces. And then we can just finagle them as we need to. Okay, so those pieces are all done, and then all we've got to do is the wheels, and I'm just gonna kind of eyeball these wheels. And I'm gonna go ahead and just put glue on both of these. A little touch of glue. And like I said, I'm just gonna kind of eyeball these into the middle. And try to just kind of eyeball them lined up. All right, we've got that on there. And then for all the little shamrocks, again, I can just go ahead and push these out of this and use the stencil to help place them where they need to go.
Do you find this helpful? Make sure you smash that like button and hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future Silhouette Studio tutorials. Now let's jump back in where we left off.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and just punch out all of these shamrocks. Okay, and then I can use this as a guide again to just set my shamrocks in place in the bed of the truck where I want them. I think that looks good, and I'm just going to go ahead and hold that down And again, I'm gonna just put some drops of glue in these little openings. And then I can put the shamrocks in on top. I'm just gonna fill a couple of these in with some glue. And then I can just find my shamrocks to fit in those holes. So this is a little bit more difficult because of the shapes here, trying to get these to fit just right. They were tight to pull out of their slots. But I can at least just put a little kind of dab of glue in the center of these. And then I can go ahead and just peel this up. And then we have an idea of where all those need to go. So now I can just come in here with my shamrocks and just get these put down. So we've got all of our shamrocks in place now. The front of our card is complete. And then on the inside, I've got this piece here, which I did, I sketched with a pen, the little Irish blessing. And then I'm gonna put another, down in the corner here, I'm gonna put a little shamrock. I'm just gonna put a little dab of glue here. And then that still leaves plenty of space on there to write a personal greeting. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on the back side. Okay, and we can get this glued down. Okay. And then make sure this goes on the inside and it's just gonna get centered up in here. And then when you've got it where you like it, go ahead and just press that down into place. Okay, so there is your mini Slimline St. Patrick's Day card. You've got the front here with the shamrocks in the truck, and then your Irish blessing on the inside.